Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here in June. A very welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. Come in, sit down, no touching. I don't do the touching. Welcome back to Big Mouth. I am Mick Meanish. You can continue the conversation going with moi over on my Twitter at Movies TV Mad, and we can have a lot of fun over there. So keep the conversation going, and welcome to the rarity of a movie review from me. Now and again, if a movie does have a big impression on me, rather whether it's negative or positive, I will do a review. I absolutely loved the live action Aladdin movie, and I thought it was going to be crap. I don't like Disney, but when I like something and something's been done well, I really have to say so. And I tell you what, getting who they got to direct this movie was an amazing call, and it really helps the movie. But first of all, I want to talk about the negative of the movie, and then we'll get to the positivity. Because I do like this film, but there has to be a balance in a movie review, and I have to be honest. And first of all, as I say, Guy Ritchie did an amazing job. I was shocked that Guy Ritchie was going to do a Disney Aladdin movie. I thought they were going to make it all gangster or something, but that's not what they did. It's absolutely Disney in every single way. But yes, let's talk about the negative. The most negative thing I can say about this film is Will Smith's Genie. It just does not work. It's so watered down. It's so unlike Robin Williams' amazing performance as the genie in the Aladdin animated movie. But there's a reason for that. That isn't Will Smith's fault. I love Will Smith. I adore Will Smith. Will Smith has great talent, great ability, and great charm. We all know that. But the problem is Disney have been mired within this legal lock that Robin Williams and his estate put them under, which was they were never able to do the genie anywhere near like, and if it's anything like what Robin Williams did, they will be sued. Basically, that's what if it looks like the Robin Williams genie, if it acts like the Robin Williams genie. If you noticed in the film, the genie doesn't even call Aladdin Al. That's how bad the legal lock Disney are in. So this is why we never got a Disney live action for so many years, because they've started doing like the animated movies live action now, haven't they? And done pretty well out of it. So despite that, the best moments for the genie is when Will Smith looks like Will Smith and he's not blue. The CGI for the genie, I think, is awful. I don't like it. It doesn't work for me. But again, Will Smith's charm shines through. He's good in this movie. Will Smith is always good, whatever he does, even if he's in a bad movie. And this, my friends, is not a bad movie. But his genie is the weakest thing about the movie. Because, of course, in the animated movie, what were we all talking about afterwards? Robin Williams' genie and how amazing it was, how larger in life it was. It kind of implemented all Robin Williams' talents. And when you heard Will Smith was playing the genie, you thought, well, yeah, you could see it, can't you? But for me, it just didn't work. And ultimately, as I said, his best moments are when he absolutely is Will Smith. He looks like Will Smith, and he's not the blue CGI monstrosity, and that's what it is, unfortunately. But even that can't ruin this movie for you or for me. So I'm going to talk about the three leads of this film, because I'm so impressed by them. So let's first talk about, I don't want to butcher any names here. I want to respect these people because they're amazing. Mina Masood plays Aladdin. He's absolutely phenomenal. He shines through this movie. He owns this movie. He's absolutely fantastic. You can see the Aladdin, you can see the personality, you can see the pure-heartedness, you can see the diamond in the rough. It's such great casting, it's such a great performance, and you'll fall in love with this kid as Aladdin. It really is an emotional film. You will cry in this film, tears of joy, emotional. It really is a beautiful film, and Mina's performance is absolutely fantastic. He's so good, so good. I don't know what else he's done, to be honest. I don't know his other film credits. I don't know if he's Raw or if he's done loads of stuff, but he's so, so good. I'm not sure if he's a Middle Eastern actor or if he's based in America. Telling by the accent, unless he was putting it on, it seems that he is from America, and he's not based in the Middle East. Maybe his family are Middle Eastern and his blood is Middle Eastern, but he definitely seems he's an actor from America. But he did an absolutely fantastic job. Now, we move on to Naomi Scott. Now, what can I say? Naomi Scott as Yasmin is brilliant. She's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Now, let's talk about this song, Speechless. We have to talk about this song, Speechless, because a lot of people were telling me, Mick, this is virtue signalling, this is SJW, typical Disney. And you know what? I had some preconceived ideas about this song, and this new song written for this actor, for this moment. And at first, when she starts singing it, I start to laugh. And I'm not very happy. But 5 seconds after this song starts, I see the power in her performance. Her eyes are watering. This must have meant so much to Naomi. It's a beautiful song with beautiful meaning. This isn't about Western women that maybe a guy's held a door open for or said the wrong term that's offended a Western woman. This is about Middle Eastern women. Some Middle Eastern women are not even allowed to look a certain way or even speak. And you can see from the emotion in this woman's eyes, this actor's eyes, this amazing actor's eyes, the cry, the powerfulness as she's singing this song. It means so much. This is not about, Western women sneering about men. This is about Middle Eastern women who have to struggle under the tyranny of some really bad men. And then I start to cry as I see this. This song is a very, very powerful moment. It's something you don't expect in a Disney film. As you say, I'm not the biggest fan of Disney and what they do, but I have to say this moment is absolutely fantastic. And Naomi Scott, she steals the film at that moment. It was amazing. I felt so emotional for her. And you can see the performance. She means it. She absolutely means it, and it's fantastic. So then we've got the second guy who's got the most toughest job in the film. Will Smith has got to rise up to Robin Williams' original performance, right? But Marwan Kenzari has to do something even bigger than that. He has to play Jafar. Now, the actor, I don't know who he is, who played Jafar in the original Aladdin animated film, was absolutely his voice. He was hilarious, he was brilliant, he was scary, and Marwan had a big job, big boots to fill. And he did a great job. He really did. I was really impressed. It was a very understated performance, but his temper, the way he performed, the soft way he spoke in a very, very dark, very scary way. It was a really great version of Jafar. You see, the thing is with this film, because this is the Disney film, I've watched the animated version so many times. This is the pioneer movie. This was when Aladdin came out, they weren't really making successful animated movies. This was way before Pixar. So I saw this in the cinema. I loved this film. This animated film, I have a high regard for. So the first 10, 15 minutes, I'm thinking, I'm automatically comparing the live action version to the animated version. Of course, that's not fair, is it? Because this has to be a little bit more adult. It has to be a little bit more real. And I think this is the success of what the director brings to this film. And I think, what the actors do in this film is brilliant. It's a lot more real, but as well, the singing, the songs are done in such a great way. So this film is really enjoyable. This is a film I'm going to watch again and again. And when we get closer to Christmas and it's a bit cold outside and you want to watch something a bit reassuring and cozy, there's nothing better than a Disney animated movie or a live action movie, let's be honest, no matter how I feel about Disney. And this film hits the spot. This is a very, very good film. And I'm surprised. I was saying a lot of bad things about this film, but I'm absolutely in awe of this film. This film promotes good messages. This film is very entertaining. Everyone is brilliant in their roles. It's such a cleverly directed film. You could pick up flaws in the movie if you want. I mean, when he's stranded, when Jafar strands him near the end of the film, he gets out of it very quickly with the discovery of the magic carpet. Okay, and that seemed quite sudden to me. But really, this movie is on point. It deserves its over $1 billion box office that it got. They put a lot of effort into this film. It wasn't rushed, and you could tell there was love. There was love put into this film, and that's rare for a Disney movie. They're a factory. They just go out there and make films, promote them, and stick them in the theatre. But this is something special. This was a really good film. I'm giving this film 5 out of 5. It was absolutely fantastic. So again, because I am feeling very emotional about this film, because it surprised me. It really did. I just thought it was going to be a piece of entertainment that I forgot about. Typical Disney. But let me just say again, because I forgot their names already. Mina Massoud as Aladdin, 5 stars. Naomi Scott, she was amazing. Everything a modern day Jasmine. There's been a lot of talk about Disney princesses, but when you do it like this, and you don't go against males or females, because there's that moment when her head guard is having to do what Jafar wants, and she begs him. Now that could have been, they could have gender swapped that role, but they didn't. They gave it to a man, because men sometimes will need women and women will sometimes need men. That's the point. Let's not hate each other. I don't hate women, and I don't expect women to hate me. I've never done anything to hurt a woman. But we do make mistakes in life, but they haven't been exclusively neutral to women. I can assure you of that. I've offended men and women in my time, but I think this film promotes the right message. We know that Disney are going that very, very political angle at times, and they want to represent women, and there's nothing wrong with that as long as they represent men fairly and equally as well. This representation shouldn't be about revenge, it should be about equality. Fabulous movie. So as I say, Mina Massoud, great Aladdin. Naomi Scott. Will Smith shines despite the CGI when he's Will Smith. And as I say, Marwan Kenzari is absolutely brilliant. And let me just tell you, Nasim Pedrad as Dahlia. I loved her. She doesn't have a lot to do, but she's absolutely brilliant. And I must shout out Billy Magnuson as Prince Anders, who basically Jasmine doesn't want to marry. He's a bit of a twat, but it's a hilarious performance. Other David Nagaban, who I think plays the father, he did a great job. Alan Tudyk played Iago. Now, this is another weakness if you compare it to the animated movie. The Iago in the film is freaking hilarious in the animated movie. But in this, he's flying about. You hear him speak now and again, but it's not as good as the animated version. I love Alan Tudyk, but unfortunately, no. What else we got? Have we got anyone else I recognise in this film? Not really. But the whole cast did a really, really good job, and I'm very, very, very pleased with the film. It's something I'd love. My nieces and nephews said, Uncle Mike, you've got to go and see this film. Oh, yeah, Disney crap. You kids like anything, wouldn't you, with the Disney kind of insignia on it? But I watched it the other day. I kind of saw it on my Amazon Prime. I said, shall I buy it? Shall I not buy it? And I thought, yeah, I'm going to buy this and check this out. I had a little feeling, and I watched it, and I loved it. And I would absolutely recommend, if you haven't seen this film, put it on while you're at home, chill out, bit of cocoa, bit of popcorn. You're really going to enjoy yourselves.